Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven aka Storm and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish the Mighty Battle Lizard here in the Clockwork DLC. Just got a couple minor housekeeping things before we get started today. Where to start? 2 weeks from today is going to be the Flames of Ambition update, which is going to reset all the champion points and skill points. I'm going to do my best to get Reewish back in battle shape prior to the stream of that week, because it'll be the 16th is when the reset's going to happen. Anyways, the reset will happen on the 16th. All skills and champion points will be reset, and then on the and then we stream again on. Hold on, I want to say it's the 21st. So the 21st will be the first stream after the Flames of Ambition update, and I should hopefully have Reewish back in battle shape by that point. If I don't, I don't know. We may do it on stream, but honestly, I feel like I probably should have it together, and if I don't, there's a serious problem by that point. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start proceeding forward with the game. We're going to talk to Naramo and proceeding forward in search of a sponsor, which is what we started last time, which is quest number 2 here in Clockwork City. Naramo.
So, ready to do a bit of sleuthing? I'm confident that we can find this elusive evidence, but it will require some skullduggery. Breaking and entering, to be specific. Ready for the details?
Yes, details would be nice.
Varuni suspects that someone destroyed city records. But if my study of Dwemer ruins has taught me anything, it's that nothing is ever truly destroyed. You just need to look in the right place. Here, that place is the Depository Documentus.
Depository Documentus. Got it. What's the plan?
Sneaking into the depository is impossible for us, but Sothasil's clockwork automata enter and exit the structure constantly. I discovered a way to control one such automata, a device known as a skivaton. I'm sure you're duly impressed.
So you're going to guide a clockwork automaton into the building?
No, you are. I will provide technical assistance and keep an eye out for prying eyes, both mechanical and organic. Head to the depository. I'll meet you there, after I've wrapped up matters with our new benefactor.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
If you have questions, you should ask them now. Once we begin our investigation, we'll have little time to dawdle.
Why start looking in the Depository Documentus?
As Varuni said, everything here generates a record. From what I gather, those records constantly pass through the Depository Documentus.
If every single record goes through the depository, how are we going to find what we're looking for?
When you say it like that, it does sound daunting. It's true. The evidence we seek drifts through vast oceans of information. Luckily, these skivatons seem very capable when it comes to sorting and parsing. I guess we'll just have to find out.
Do you even know what we're looking for?
I equipped the skivaton with a number of key words and concepts to help it sort out extraneous documents. Have some faith. I've extracted information from tonal vaults and Dwemer orreries. Sifting through city records pales in comparison.
How did you learn to control a skivaton?
Honestly, they're not all that dissimilar from the Dwemer devices I usually tinker with. Sothasil clearly learned a great deal from the dwarves. They use an unfamiliar tonal dialect, as it were. But the basic principles remain the same.
How do we control a skivatron without touching it?
We will employ a very simple control device. How to explain it? The skivatons send and receive signals from other clockwork automatons constantly. This device allows us to drown out all the noise, making our voices the only sound it hears.
That's pretty good. Hello, welcome to the stream.
As I said before, those tarnished redundants down in the slums are no concern of yours. I've instructed the constabulary to keep a strict eye out.
Yes, that Constable Baldon's done an admirable job. Even so, tarnished and exodromals enter the Basilica far too often.
And what of these rumors? Black-robed figures lurking on the edge of the radius?
Honestly, Diwa, settle the boilers, I will never let tarnished or exodromals or mysterious robed ghosts disrupt our work, believe me.
They are so full of themselves. I guess when you exist in a plane that's technically considered untouchable by the outside world, I guess you can feel pretty confident that no one's gonna mess with your way of life.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really believe that?
She believed it. Why can't you see?
See what? That following the predictions of a deluded machine got my mother killed? I'll prove the prognosticator is a fraud. See if I don't.
Alright, we'll come back and do this quest later. This quest is best done after the main quest is done. I learned that the hard way. Alright, Civiflume. Oh boy, they have giant blades down here. Why do they have giant blades down here? Beneath the floors and behind the walls of the Clockwork City are labyrinths of maintenance tunnels and access ducts. Many of them quite... Why do you trap the access ducts?
We have a strong signal. Now, to find Varuni's evidence.
Alright, so we need to go... We can't go that way. We have to go this way first.
Wait. Yes. Go straight, then left. The central depository must be on a different floor.
Ow. Why would you put giant swinging blades down here? Seriously, though. Well, there's no way to go through there. Oh, I see. It's a maze. I feel like I should know this by now. I've done this twice already.
I'm seeing a lot of interference. Proceed carefully. We can't risk damaging the Skiverton's data collector.
I'm proceeding as carefully as I can in a place that's a screaming metal death trap. Why? Why, Sothastil, did you put traps in your access tunnels? Ow.
Expertly done. That grate should lead to the central depository and our evidence. This depository should contain security documents and recordings. Search everywhere. When you find something, use a Skiverton to make a remote copy.
Always the last one you search.
That's it! Quickly, assistant, direct the Skiverton to the exit. Then meet me there to examine the evidence.
wanted a better future for you.
Because a factotum with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really believe that?
All right. Let me see what you found. Yes, I believe these recordings correspond to the dates of the disappearances. There's something more. Look here. The last person to access the records was a BAL-167. Circumstantial at best.
How do you propose we find this BAL-167?
We might already have a lead. I shared Varuni's concerns with Kirith shortly after you left the Basilica, and she insisted on looking into the matter herself. She cited Constable Baldon as a person of interest. His office should be southwest of here.
BAL-167, Constable Baldon. I'll track down Kirith and see what she's found. Kirith.
Ah, there you are. Done playing with Naramo's wind-up toys? I think I'm onto something.
What have you learned?
I did a little asking around. Word is, Constable Baldon will sponsor anyone as long as they can pay. Where they go after he takes their gold, that's anybody's guess. Luckily, we're here to sort it out. Here, take this memory stone.
What do you want me to do with this?
I surveyed the building. Someone left the door to Baldon's storage loft unlocked. It should provide a great view of his office. Climb up there and wait. When I offer a bribe, you record the conversation on that memory stone. Then we've got him.
Alright, I'll make my way to the loft and wait for your signal. I won't lie, it took me a lot longer than I'm proud to admit to find this place the first time.
All right, Baldon. I've got your gold. Will you sponsor me for citizenship?
Oh, I'll take your offer. But sponsorship? That's for the living, you tarnished scum.
The living what?
Do it.
Kirith, no!
Well, what are you idling for? Gather up the gold and dump her with the others. We don't want anyone finding our latest visitor.
The glass won't break. Oh. I'll save you, Kirith. Oh, Raynor's not going to be happy about this. Raynor's not. Oh, there's Raynor, exactly who I don't want to see right now. Hey, buddy, what's up?
There you are. Naramo said you'd be around here somewhere. Have you seen Kirith? Is she with you?
I'm sorry, but Constable Baldon's thugs knocked her out and dragged her off.
He what? How could she? We have to rescue her. You don't have any idea where they took her, do you?
Not yet, but I'll find out. You tell Venori and Naramo.
Yes, of course. I'll get help. Maybe I could even put together some kind of tonal locator. Bah, not enough time. What would Kirith do? She would investigate. Yes. Talk to the people in Slagtown. They know practically everything about this place.
Alright, I'll find her, Raynor.
I'll get the others. You hurry off to Slagtown.
What is Slagtown exactly?
That's what the locals call the slums in the northeast corner of the fortress. I must admit, I was surprised to find a tenement like that in Sothisil's holy city. Then again, practically everything here has come as a surprise.
That's fair, Raynor.
Well,
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
oil those ankles and keep walking, Green Heel. This one has nothing to say to you.
I'm looking for a dark elf. Baldon's thugs might have dragged her through here. Know anything?
You outsiders are all the same. Cutting into the queues, poaching our salvage, sneering and putting on airs. You're no better than us.
Would you still feel that way after I snapped both your legs?
And so you prove my point. Always trouble, always violence. And poor Saiba is caught in the middle. This on you. Baldan probably threw your friend into the fundament. A maze beneath the city. If you go after her, neither of you will come out again.
We might surprise you. Well, I know where she is now, so we're gonna go save Kirith. Sorry, I don't play games when my friends' lives are on the line, so. And Reewish is definitely Kirith's friend, so.
Alright, pile of bolts. Let's run through it one more time.
What am I running through?
Inventory, of course.
Understood. I will run through the inventory.
Oh, Sovngarde, take me now.
Oh, run through the inventory. The robot stabbed the inventory. We're gonna run through the inventory. Okay, running through the inventory now. Sovereign Guard, take me.
Visual clarity by 15%.
Mechanical fundament. Layers of layers, wheels within wheels. The Clockwork City has many levels, each with specific functions, often including adaptive instrumentary that enable. I don't know how to say that. That enables machinery to. Yeah. This place is a really bad maze. There's Kirith. Hey, Kirith.
Threw you in here too, did they? I knew I couldn't be the only one Constable Baldan got the drop on.
After I came down here to find you, we should leave.
You're right, we should. And I could, but not yet. I met another one of Baldan's victims, a Khajiit named Lankin. He's been scraping it out down here, but he's no warrior. I told him I'd get him out. Unfortunately, we got separated.
Alright, we can look for him.
That's the spirit. I managed to yank this sword out of a corpse nearby. It's not much, but you don't need a sharp edge to deal with these factotums. Just a heavy swing and a lot of patience. You ready? Let's get moving.
I'm ready. And I am traveling with Kirith. I thought I'm I'm traveling with Kirith. Okay. Well, he's not here at this little camp. Skid. Unfortunately not.
Decent hiding place, but no Lankeen. We should keep looking. Here we go again.
Come on, keep up, Kirith.
Another empty camp. Damn. He must be here somewhere. You're enjoying this, aren't you? More clankers. Oh, joy. Stupid wind-up toys.
Structural integrity diagnostics in progress.
Well, that's not good. I had more battery power left than that.
Is that a pot on the stove? Someone was cooking. And recently. We must be close.
Yeah, we're definitely going to want to build the companion when we get them as either a tank or a healer. I'll kind of leave it up to the group to decide what we do. The thing is, I don't actually know what we're going to have to spend for... I'm fairly certain we're going to have to spend our own skill points on them. At least, that's what I'm thinking. Because they keep adding new skill points, and they don't add anything to use the skill points on. Those skill points are useless, so... I'm thinking that we're probably going to have to use our own skill points to level up and power up our companions, so we'll have to see.
Finally! Come with us, Lankeen. We're getting out of here.
Friend Kirith, right moons above, please, let's leave this dodgy place.
Dungy, there's a word. There's a word for you. Dungy. Here we go, Geronimo! I actually have something for this, because now that I'm covered in oil, technically. There. Now I look like I just got completely dyed black from the oil, so. I don't know, he kind of looks pretty good as a black Argonian. I just don't want to pay the $10 to change his skin color. Part of the reason he's still pink.
Kira, thank goodness. Don't suppose you found anything of interest down there?
Enough. I'm glad to see you weren't lying, Raynor Vanos. That bastard Baldan threw me into the fundament.
Ridiculous. I've never seen this woman in my life.
Liar! You tossed this one in as well.
This Raynor Vanos made some very bold claims. If you have evidence of Constable Baldan's crimes, I suggest you produce it.
I captured Kira's deduction on this memory stone. Naramo has inscribed incriminating documents too.
Huh. You're more resourceful than you look. Little wonder Devaith chose you as his companion. Set knows he needs the help. I'll hold Baldan under guard until I've had an opportunity to review the evidence. As for you, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Luciana, I'd like to ask the constable a few questions when we return to the Basilica.
Don't trouble yourself, Aruni. You know how persuasive I can be.
I do. That's what worries me.
Worst tin-legged hag.
Set help you if she does, Constable.
Said help you if she does have.
That fool has no idea what he's in for. Live uncomfortably and learn, I suppose.
You think he knows more than he's letting on?
Oh, most certainly. Baldan can't have accomplished all this by himself. Erasing records, accessing derelict sections of the fundament. These aren't the acts of a simple mer. Someone helped him. Now it's just a matter of finding out who.
Do you think he'll talk?
I do, one way or another. For now, let's celebrate your achievement. You showed initiative, creativity, bravery, all qualities befitting a servant of Set. You shall have my sponsorship.
We sponsor Naramo, Raynor, and Kirith as well.
Of course. Each of them played a role in your success, and each of them will share the rewards. Go speak to the Clockwork Registrar and the Chancellor of Records. It will add your name to the codices, and you'll be one of us. Again, you have my thanks.
You're welcome.
You'll regret this. Mark me, Proctor. You will regret this.
I doubt that. Get this tarnished piece of scrap out of my sight. Enjoy prison, you skeeving brat.
Ah, it seems I arrived just in time.
Naramo. Mocking, unbecoming of an Argonian. Minus 1,000 points.
May your thoughts remain well oiled.
Clockwork Registrar.
By the word, I wind the gears. Please state your business or depart.
I'm here to register as a citizen.
Welcome, potential resident. Please speak your birth name, followed by the name of your sponsor.
Reewish Lofdesh, Provost Vanari Arvel.
Dreaming. Torchbox. Overturned jar. Sponsorship confirmed and archived. The light of knowledge, so the seal, welcomes you to the Brass Fortress. Go forth and create.
Well, I'd say that all worked out splendidly.
Naramo, where are you? There you are.
As one journey ends, another begins. I imagine there's much more to discover here in Sothasil's Clockwork City.
So what's next for you?
I can finally begin my exploration in earnest. Now that we've earned our citizenship, I can apply for excavation permits, antiquity transportation licenses. Oh dear. Come to think of it, I might not be able to begin for quite some time.
What about Raynor and Kirith?
They proved useful. Raynor's theories need some work, and Kirith's refusal to listen to reason caused me no small measure of anxiety. But on the whole, satisfactory. Provided that they follow my lead, I might call on them again in the future.
Take care of yourself, Naramo.
I value your service and partnership, Assistant. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. If I understand the bureaucracy correctly, I may be here in the Brass Fortress for a while. Feel free to seek me out, should you require my aid.
Very well, Naramo. Ah, there he is.
We have much to discuss.
De Faith Fear? Here? It is a true pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I imagine it is now, and I'll be away.
Yes. Well, be seeing you, Assistant. Good day, Lord Fear.
We need to
It's like he's like the rock star of mages.
So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more.
What do you need?
It's Sothasil. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice, they've all changed, albeit subtly.
You think something is wrong with him?
Worse. Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sothasil I know. There's Daedric mischief here. We will root it out.
How do we go about doing that?
We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide, and offer you eagerly accept it.
Fine. How does me becoming your aide help us investigate Sothasil?
As the most powerful mage in the Brass Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative display of deference.
So you want me to talk to the other aides?
Indeed. It's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters, loudly, to those they consider equals. Ask them about Sothasil's recent behavior. I'm confident we'll find something of value tucked away in their churlish complaints.
Alright, I'll talk to the other aides.
You have questions, of course. Ask what you must. The forces at work here are cunning indeed. You should be prepared for anything.
I thought no one really knew Sothasil. How can you be sure something is wrong?
He is inscrutable, but he's also unflinching. Seal always moves deliberately, quietly, one step at a time, like clockwork. I have never once seen him divert from his course. Until now.
How is he diverted?
In the short time we've been here, he has twice adjusted city patrol routes and delivered 3 revisions to the fortress charter. Trust me when I say this is unprecedented. Sothasil never meddles like this.
Has he made any other changes?
That's for you to discover. Don't bother speaking with members of the Congress. Varuni's faith in Sothasil is unbreakable.
Is Proctor Lusana still insisting you leave the city?
Luciana resents my presence, but she's no fool. I go where I please, when I please. An open confrontation between us would likely leave hundreds dead. So do not trouble yourself. She will not stand in the way of our investigation.
What can you tell me about the others in Sotha Seal's circle?
Well, you've met Varuni. She's pleasant without being vapid or boring. Then again, her doe-eyed faith in Sotha Seal turns my stomach. I find religious attachments repulsive. My thoughts on Luciana are well known. As for Gascoigne...
Who is Gascoigne?
Gascoigne serves as Chancellor. He commands respect, but suffers from the peculiar character flaw of demanding praise at all times. Adulation. Sad fixation indeed. He holds great power, but it's his petty obsessions that make him dangerous. Be wary.
Very well. Looks like I've got some things to do. Proctor Savior Serun.
You're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Can we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascoigne will feed me to the fabricants.
Lamp inventory?
Yeah, Gascoigne must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Sotha Seal ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps?
What are you doing with the old lamps?
A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascoigne made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part.
What's the worst part?
Half the old switches don't work with the new lamps, so we've had to manufacture new switches, and half the time the switches get installed backwards, which means we have to do it all over again. Even the factotums don't know what they're doing.
That does sound frustrating, but...
And don't even get me started on the lamp assembly. Sotha Seal could have turned the fabricators to make the new lamps with a flick of his finger, but he demanded that we do it instead. Do you have any idea how complex the fabricators are?
I don't, but I really have to go. Good luck. Oh man, she really had some pent up stuff to get off her chest there, didn't she?
So you're the one Devaith tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvanni, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different.
What's it like working for Provost Venari?
Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Sotha Seal, I'd take Varuni every time.
Sotha Seal is difficult to work for?
Now more than ever. I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example, he insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's maddening.
Is flipping switches that difficult?
Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch, and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights.
Yeah, that sounds frustrating.
Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure tome in the middle of the night or chide someone for leaving oil on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Sotha Seal exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp.
Thanks for letting me know all that. I'll get going.
Right, don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devaith Fear must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose to the cogs and you'll be fine. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to flip 24 switches again.
Sorry to hear that. These poor aides. They're clearly being overworked.
So you're Devaithir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard, but at least he's not Sotha Seal. Better to be turned into a Guar than to serve the Clockwork God.
You don't like working for Sotha Seal?
Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare.
Are you sure he hasn't always been this way? You said he was never around.
Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this. Especially Gascon. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays.
Blasphemy?
Yes. Speaking ill of a god never turns out well. In the old days, he'd take it in stride. Commit your small blasphemies, he'd say. The fire of doubt turns ignorance to steam. But not anymore. This place is becoming more like Mournhold every day.
Sorry to hear that. I should get going.
Right. I'm sure you have plenty of work to do for Lord Fear. He's back a few days and already burying you in paperwork, no doubt. Take care of yourself, friend.
Thank you. That was very nice. And no, it's not the paperwork that I'm dealing with. It's everything else.
Were you treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned?
Sotha Seal's definitely behaving strangely. He's made lots of odd demands.
Yes, well, I could have told you that. That's why I sent you here after all. All kinds of demands. Be specific.
He made the servants darken runes before he enters and demands that some lamps be replaced.
The lamps in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there. The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What can lights have to do with this? There's only one way to find out.
Expose him to the light.
Impressive. I assume I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this requires a functional lamp. I assume he ordered them destroyed. Speak to that high elf of yours, Neramo. The dark elf as well. We need one of these lamps repaired and operable.
Alright, I'll go find Naramo and Raynor. Man, that almost killed me. Naramo. Is Raynor? Yeah, Raynor's with you. Okay. And Kirith as well.
Ah, I hope to see you again, Assistant. Pray tell, what did Devaith Fear have to say? I fear that he and I might have gotten off to a poor start. Did he ask about me? Any mention of my many exploits?
Actually, David wants you and Raynor to help him with an important task. Or help me with an important task.
Raynor? Surely this is something I can handle myself. Impressing Devaith Fear could greatly increase my standing in the Dwemer scholarly community. Tell me, what does Lord Fear ask of me? Us?
He wants us to build a lamp, one that's identical to the lamps removed from the locutorium.
He just wants us to build a lamp? What an odd request. No matter. I would be happy to offer my ample expertise, provided you let Devaith Fear know that I did so. First things first. I need to study one of the lamps we're supposed to recreate.
An aide told me that they tossed the old lamps into the fundament. We should start there. One of you want to come with me?
Taking Naramo down into the fundament, eh? Keep a close eye on him. You and I both know how dangerous that place can be.
Nope, Naramo's coming with me.
Another trip into the fundament. I would accompany you if not for Kira. I think she needs a break from fabricant-infested sewers.
That's fair, Raynor. Alright, I'm off.
Some kind of tubular housing. Probably meant to protect a glass interior? Difficult to say. A complex filament of some kind. The weaving on this fiber, it must be machine-made. I should be taking notes.
Probably should.
Some kind of compressor. For funneling a gas, perhaps? Interesting. Look at the apertures on this. It must be some kind of modulator that changes the nature of the light. Fascinating. Compressors, filaments, housings, modulators. Yes! I think I understand what these discarded lights have in common.
I'm listening.
Unlike the other lamps, these compress some kind of geodic gas into metal tubes. Then modulate the light to create another kind of illumination that mortal eyes cannot see. Invisible light! Remarkable! The potential applications are limitless.
So can you recreate one of these lights?
Yes. With Raymer's assistance, I believe we can recreate this lamp without much difficulty. Of course, you'll need to procure the requisite parts. These are all broken beyond repair. What do you plan to do with this light? Exactly.
We plan to use it on Sotha Seal. I'm not exactly sure what will happen.
You plan to do what? Oh dear. Well, this seems like a terrible idea. But I shall rely upon you and Lord Fear to protect me. Here's a list of the components I'll need. Once you've acquired them, meet me in the Hall of Refined Techniques. Good luck.
You too. Let's go get the parts. Let's go get the parts. Let's go get the parts. It's like shopping, but more violent. It's violent shopping. I should have asked about them. Oh well. Well, there's one of the filaments. Two of the filaments.
Detection of recalibrating. Awareness rating 62%.
Three of the filaments.
Security coil indicated.
Four of the filaments. Okay, that's all of the filaments, so we're gonna head down to get this one next. The sky shard. Oh no. Okay. Thank goodness. I almost fell. Alright, now we just need the lamp tube. Trying to find my way back up. Oh, here it is. I need to make you some better potions, Reewish. I keep telling myself, you know, I have an alchemy house in my house now. I can make... Oh, there's a way that leads into the outlaw refuge. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I was like, I've got a alchemy station in my house now. I can make potions for my character anytime I want without having to go to town. And I was like, I keep spawning into my house to make stuff, and then I forget to actually make the potions. Actually, one thing I'm kind of hoping for is that we'll get an Ancestral Argonian set, crafting set from Blackwood, because we got Ancestral Reach with Markarth, as well as Ancestral Nord, Ancestral Orc, and Ancestral High Elf. It'd be really neat since we're doing a part of Blackwood that we get Ancestral Argonian crafting style. That would be neat. That would be neat. Excuse me.
Now there's the look of someone on the hunt for something specific. You've come to the right place, friend. I've got a bit of everything. What can I get you?
Do you have any lamp tubes like the ones in the laboratorium?
As a matter of fact, I acquired some of those just a few days ago. Apparently, someone's tossing out the old lighting to make way for the new. They're not easy to come by anymore, though. What's your offer?
Is this enough?
It's a bit less than I'd prefer, but if that's all you can afford, I'm a reasonable woman. We'll consider this a down payment on future business. Come see me again sometime, all right?
Sure. In fact, I'll go ahead and see you right now, or well, I'll see this person right now and get my gear fixed up. Placeholder name walk. Or whack, okay. Oh, it's the transmute station. That's really cool. Naramo.
Ah, you've returned. Excellent. Raynor and I have cobbled together a serviceable frame for the lamp. All we need now are the components I sent you to acquire. Were you successful?
Here's everything that was on your list.
Wonderful. I'm confident this lamp will conform to the exact specifications of the lamps they removed, provided Raynor didn't make any miscalculations. So, would this be the time to inform Devate Fear of our success? Or mine, specifically?
Yes, I'll let Death know that we'll be ready soon.
Excellent, excellent. No need to return here, of course. Kirith should be back straight away, and I'll have her run the completed lamp over to the locutorium as soon as it's ready. See you soon, assistant.
See you soon. Raynor, don't let...
All prices have been calculated
reasoning to worry. Not about you, of course. These apostles have been circling me like cliff racers. Looking for an autograph, no doubt. So tiresome. I take it you were successful in learning about these lights and constructing a new one?
Yes, Naramo and Raynor constructed a working lamp. Kirith will soon deliver it, or will deliver it soon.
Well done. I assume you discovered the special property of these lamps. Why does my dear friend Seal go to such lengths to avoid them?
Naramo believes that they emit some kind of invisible light.
Visible light? Fascinating. To help with factotum navigation, perhaps? Huh. No matter. Further inquiry must wait. Now is the time for action. I will request a congressional assembly. Plant your lamp on the balcony above, then return to me.
Alright, get the balcony.
Did you say something about putting the lamp on the balcony? We might have a problem. Raynor and that annoying high elf finished your lamp, but there's a problem. On the way here, I overheard an aide complaining about some new security measures Sotha Seal put in place. Looks like the balcony is under heavy guard.
So I'll have to sneak past the guards to get the lamp into position.
Looks that way, unless you want blood on your hands, of course. But that might complicate our sponsorship a smidge, yeah? Just be quick and quiet, like me. You'll be fine. Here's the lamp, good luck.
Thanks for the warning, Kira. Because, I mean,
through design. Design through faith.
So it's a pretty straightforward romp, but there's no place to hide by the looks of it. Oh, there is a hiding spot. Okay, sweet. Except for I can't see. I hate when this happens. Can I just jump down? I can, in fact, just jump down. Okay. You've left a restricted area and broke your leg in the process.
I convinced Sotha Seal that the Congress requires yet another lecture on the sanctity of clockwork automata. He eagerly agreed. Seemed almost giddy about it. It was unsettling. Is all in readiness?
Yes, I placed the lamp. Everything's prepared.
Good. Seal's lecture should begin any moment now. Stand ready to activate the lamp. I'm reasonably certain that something will happen, but the specifics elude me. I guess this is what uncertainty feels like. What a novel change of pace.
Yeah. You mages always have such a high opinion of yourselves.
My beloved factotums serve as an extension of my divine will. Accost them, and you accost me. In the past, I have encouraged a child's curiosity and accepted minor blasphemies.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of.
After him! Someone seize that imposter!
Are you? I don't think you are.
Curse you, outsider.
Ooh.
I will return.
You don't cough.
to discuss this, Varuni. Wittingly or unwittingly, Lord Set no longer serves the people of Clockwork City. Now, if you will excuse me.
Gascon, where are you going? When news of this gets out, we need to issue a statement or at least gather the Congress for an emergency session.
I have urgent matters to attend to. Make whatever statement you like. I will return soon.
That's not suspicious at all, Gascon.
Well, that was enlightening. To think I've been speaking to Sotha-Sil's shadow all this time. It seems so lifelike. Far more advanced than my own, I'm sorry to say. Fascinating. It really is too bad we'll all be dead soon.
What? Dead how?
Well, I don't want to alarm you, but I will be frank. If an imposter sits upon the throne alive and learns how to wield the power of this place, a cataclysm will follow. We may yet discover a way to avert this disaster, but the chances are slim.
So what do we do?
Stay with Varuni. With Sotha-Sil exposed as an imposter, the Congress will fall into turmoil. In such chaos, dark truths always float to the surface. Pray they do so quickly. I have other inquiries to make. Stay vigilant. We will meet again soon.
Take care of yourself, David.
My dear Lord Set, what happened to you?
Provost.
I can scarcely believe what we just witnessed. How could this happen? How could a shadow masquerade as Lord Set? The Father of Mysteries would never let such a thing happen. There must be another explanation.
David Fur knew something was wrong with Sotha-Sil. We had to determine the cause.
Here, of course, always the iconoclast. I'll bet he's snickering at us even now. It doesn't matter. I appreciate your diligence. This has been a profoundly upsetting ordeal, but we must move forward. We must find the real Lord Set.
Seems like Chancellor Gascon has worries of his.
Yes, he was acting strangely, wasn't he? He always chafed under Lord Set's rule. Now he finally has a pretext to seize control, and he slinks away like a broken basilisk. Curious. Too curious.
What do you suggest we do?
The real Lord Set will aid us eventually, I know it. In the meantime, we must do for ourselves. Thank you for everything you've done. It appears we'll have to do a lot more before this is through. Classic Gascon, fleeing to his chambers when things go poorly. I'm sure that news of Lord Set's condition has already made it to the streets. We have to move quickly to prevent a panic. Try to talk to Gascon. He clearly doesn't care what I have to say, but he might listen to an exodromal. You remain, a novelty. No offense. We can't assemble the Congress without the Chancellor. Check his rectory in the west wing of the Basilica. He hides in there sometimes to nurse a bruised ego or write passive-aggressive memoranda. I'll try to settle the Apostle's nerves. Honestly, my nerves could use some settling.
I'll check Gascon's rectory.
Don't let Gascon wriggle out of this. He has a duty and an obligation. As do I. What? Yes. Yes, I'll be fine. This makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
I don't understand how a shadow could take Lord Set's place. Maybe this is some sort of test. But why test us? The Clockwork Apostles haven't strayed. We build and pray and experiment just as the holy texts dictate. Compromised? You make it sound as if Lord Set suffers some kind of defect, like a crimped duct or a stripped bolt or something. We're talking about a divine being. Gods can't be compromised. They exist without flaws. Right? Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Set is the truth and the light. Understand the simple, and you understand the obscure. I do appreciate your candor. Let's pick this up again later.
Alright, let's head out.
Clockwork City welcomes you.
Where did you hide it, you worm?
What do we have here? A Daedra that looks like a Breton. A naked torso Breton. She must serve. A matter of no small importance recently came to my attention. I apologize.
There you are. The factotums reported a strange energy signature in Gascoigne's rectory. Did you find anything odd in there? Sounds like a nocturnal shrike. By the gears, how did that thing make it past our security coils? Is Gascoigne... Not suspicious at all, is it? A sudden departure followed by a Daedra attack.
We won't find him.
You're right. I knew Gascoigne was a conceited sluggard, but consorting with Daedra? I pray it's not true. We need to discover what he has that the Daedra covered. Proctor Luciana might be able to organize a search. She just left to disperse a crowd. I hope you catch Gascoigne soon. We need to know what he knows immediately.
Birds?
Birds? Not that I'm aware of. He might be tinkering with some kind of alien automaton, but he rarely discusses that sort of thing with me. Why do you ask?
I saw black feathers all over his office.
Wait, feathers? From a live bird? Unprecedented. As far as I know, no living bird has ever set foot or wing in Clockwork City. And even if they did, they wouldn't last long. Not a lot of worms crawling around here. They do eat worms, right? Fascinating. I've always wanted to see one. Under better circumstances, of course. I'll notify our naturalists once we resolve this situation with Gascoigne. I'm afraid not. Gascoigne keeps his own counsel about what he does outside the Basilica. He spent a few days out in the Radius last month, but that's hardly unusual. Apostles conduct research outside the fortress all the time. Mathematics mostly, predictive theory, spherical values, virtuous enumeration, that sort of thing. He just published a dissertation on transdimensional calculation, making inferences on how numbers change during planar travel. Impressive work. The specificity of his calculations just boggles the mind. It's almost as if he had access to a planar rift. Oh no. I don't want to even consider it. Not until we have proof.
All right.
I knew this wouldn't end well.
I'm not here to speculate on Lord Set's whereabouts. I'm here to clear the square.
You don't know, do you? I knew it! This is a disaster!
If you want to panic, do so in your own homes, not in the public square. Now disperse, or be dispersed. Get them moving.
You heard the Proctor. Return to your homes.
Maybe the restrictions in Mournhold...
If you're looking for Lord Set, I don't know where he is. I will find out, though. Count on it. Gascoigne, what has he done now? I can't keep up with the complaints. Good. Maybe a fabricant ate him. Our luck has to change at some point.
So, he finally graduated from corrupt hobbyist to professional villain. I'm almost relieved. Now we can finally give him what he deserves. I assume you informed your sponsor, Provost Varuni?
Yes, she wants you to...
A citywide search? I can't spare enough apostles to search a broom closet. Reports are flooding in from the radius. Stories about fanatics in black robes, pale-skinned Daedra, living shadows. We may have a full-scale invasion on our hands. I have one asset to spare. I know an artificer, Dalamar. He takes some getting used to, but you won't find a better tinkerer. He can help you find Gascon, guaranteed. Go talk to him. He set up shop near the tenements. Slag Town.
Alright.
I knew that slag-addled piece of garbage Gascon would turn on us eventually. We should have dealt with this decades ago. I think we should destroy it, if only to convince the people it can be destroyed. I'm already getting reports from citizens convinced that their neighbor or their friend is actually a shadow. Another few weeks of this, it will not end well. I'm prepared to live with that. I made a vow to protect the Clockwork City and its inhabitants. If sacrifices have to be made, we should all be prepared to make them, Lord Set included. You can ask. I have a crank in between my shoulder blades. One of my auxiliaries winds me up every morning before breakfast. That's a joke. In the same way as every other clockwork automata. A combination of engineering and sorcery that would take a century to explain. The machinery keeps me alive. I know it's unsettling to look at, but no one ever said life in Clockwork City was fair. The same as you, I wager. A combination of heroism and coincidence. I served Riemann Cyrodiil as a battle mage during the Akaviri Troubles and the Valenwood annexation. Yes, I'm still not exactly sure what happened. During the Valenwood campaign, I locked staves with a wood elf spell leader named Keladith. He was deceptively powerful, wiry, quick as a skeever trap. I remember cleaving his staff with a summoned blade. Possibly. I think he was in the midst of a translocation spell when my sword made impact. There was an explosion and a bright light. When I woke, I was splayed out in the radius. Mangled. Yes, his factotum scooped up what was left of me and brought me here. He mended my wounds and replaced what couldn't be mended with metal. I asked him why. Because one day you will shine a light, he said. And that was that. Always. Take my advice. If we manage to find the real Set, don't expect him to embrace you as a friend. We're all cogs in his eyes. Valuable. Beautiful, even. But ultimately expendable. You either grow to accept that, or you turn out like Gascon. Yes. Bitter. Sullen. Probably traitorous. And, if I get my way, dead.
Looking for a harvester with some guts.
Well, well, look at you, all full of fleshy bits. Not a scrap of brass on you, is there? That won't do, that will not do. I can fix you up, no bother at all. Maybe new feet. You need new feet, don't you? A missing person? How mysterious. You wouldn't be looking for Sotha Seal, would you? I hear rumors, you know, all kinds of rumors. Something about him turning into a crow, or was it a frog? Never mind. Luciana did you a favor. I have just the thing. Whoa! Cool those cogs, you twitchy rascal. This little scrap heap should do the trick. Meet Snuffler, the tracking Nix.
It says it's connected to my headset, but I don't know why you're not able to hear what I'm saying. Don't know what was going on with that, sorry. Sniffer. Snuffler sniffs noisily. I wonder how long...
I just replaced his leg spring, so try to keep up.
So how are things going over in Kraz's stream? Alright, Snuffler, lead the way. Just finished? Nice. So, he lose any mons or?
Farewell, Ret. Greeting error 827.
Oh god, I didn't know it was level 12. I thought it was level like 10. So he named him Storm or he named him Steven? I'm sorry. Now he did have a over level rule where if a Pokemon was over leveled, it didn't count. So that would have protected him. Named him Stormer. Okay, there was a rule in place.
Wake up, Johnny! Visitors! Useless. What are you doing nosing around here with that ugly beast? John Eve and I haven't done nothing.
Testing, testing.
Chancellor who? Oh, you mean that brass-arsed fancy boots that came running through here. Yeah, I seen him, dragging his silly apostle skirts behind him like a broken wheel chain. Seemed like he was in a hurry. Pretty suspicious, if you ask me. Yeah, the grease mucks up Dabrican snoots. That's why we stay down here. Wouldn't want the constable to see you. Never mind. Your man headed west. Should be some oily footprints about. Follow those tracks and you'll find your fancy boots.
Test. I'm guessing you got nothing that time because there was no response there. Hold on, I know a way to test. Hold on. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Look at this giant ball. Okay, and can you still hear me? I'm on the ball. Yeah, it's been one hell of a new year. Perfect. I don't know why it just suddenly snapped in. Maybe it is the headset. Maybe I do need to... I'll go out and try to get a new one later and see if maybe the headset's just getting old, because I've had this headset for a while now. It's possible that it's dying out. Like I said though, I really hope it's not the controller, because the headset's a lot cheaper to replace than the controller is. But it would not surprise me if the controller wasn't dying after as many times as I've dropped it, or accidentally thrown it, or stepped on it, or... Yeah, this controller's had a hard life.
Whose are you here to kill me?
sniveling agents. Gascoigne's gone. Now, let me return to my mistress in peace.
Did Gascoigne do this to you? Where is he?
West, in the ventral terminus. He may have killed me, but he won't last long. He sealed his fate the moment he betrayed us. There existed a covenant between your Gascoigne, Clavicus Vile, and my mistress. And he broke it. Now he will drown in blood.
See about that.
Night Mistress, I am coming.
Tell me about this covenant.
Gascoigne vowed to bring us an artifact of great power. Now the artifact is gone. Don't worry. My mistress will wring the truth out of him soon. The Whispering Shadows will claim this artifact, and you will all die, deafened by your own screams.
Why did you mention Clivis Vile earlier? Are his agents in the Clockwork City?
You really have no idea, do you? Daedric forces conspire in every dark corner. Lurk behind every tree and stone. We spread like a plague, claiming more souls and territory with each passing hour. So the Seal's precious city will die at our hands.
Enough. Answer my question. Are Clivis Vile's minions in the city?
Yes. Scarfin and others. They served their purpose, and yet they linger, confounding my mistress's plans and providing safe harbor to that toad, Gascoigne. I will say no more.
Enjoy.
Assessing structural integrity. Reflecting.
Well, I guess not. Because the Night Mother is the Brotherhood's patron, so maybe not. I'll just swing by and grab this delve on the way through. We're not going to do it just yet. Kind of nervous to get too much further into content with a mic that's kind of on the fritz. Can you still hear me, Joe?
Daedric magic at the Edrald estate? Just glad you were able to close that.
Journal in passing. Test the new mic and make sure, see if it is the mic. If it's not the mic and it's the controller, I'm going to have to test the controller, and that's going to be a significant knock to my budget. And I will live forever. Oh, I actually didn't die. Never mind. I could have sworn I was going to die from that fall. Snuffler. Oh, that was Snuffler making that noise. Okay. You got it, boy? Go get him. Snuffler. Let's go, Dolphin. Gascon, open this door.
God, whoever you are, I sealed the door and it shall remain sealed for as long as necessary. Questions? You think I'm foolish enough to let you in? No, this door will remain closed. I just need time to work this out, to smooth things over. Simple. Now leave me be. Who I keep counsel with is none of your concern. You're just like Varuni, so uptight, so naive. If you value your life, you'll leave this place now.
Wow, somebody really has some issues to work out. I am going to admit that it took me longer than I'm proud to figure out how to proceed with this quest. I had to look it up. Like, I legitimately, the first time I did this, could not figure out how to proceed this quest.
Plotting something, are we? Well, that rusty heap has been gathering dust for decades. You may as well just give up. out the charge gate and stop this thing. You summoned me again. I'm tired of this. You horn cat for food, just help me! Would you? I yield. Just follow me outside, all right? I promise I will explain everything. I know how this looks, but you have to understand. Those shadow cultists meant to slit my throat. I had to leave. My life was in danger. Don't you see that? Fine. I made a bargain with Clavicus Vial. I know. Questionable. Just hear me out. All he wanted was a key. If I got it for him, he'd make me the ruler of Clockwork City. Unfortunately, someone stole the key before I could deliver it. Some daft talking crows. After that terrible business with the Shadow, I returned to my office to think. I arrived just in time to see one of those disgusting birds make off with the artifact. I panicked and ran here to hide. On my life, I did not. I wanted to heal the city, not destroy it. If I had known, I swear I never would have gone through with it. Yes, my methods were unconventional. I admit it. But you have to understand, I didn't do this for me. I did it for the city. Look around. Bloodthirsty fabricants, barren wastes, crumbling towers. This is all Sotha Seal's fault. He abandoned us. While he tinkers away in the Centralis, we scrape by, eating nutriment paste and hiding from killer machines. Is that fair? Should we thank him for that? My eyes are open. The people of Clockwork City deserve better. I thought so. Look, bartering with Clavicus Vial was unwise, I know. Offering Daedric artifacts to Dark Princes, it was a mistake. Even so, I can be a useful ally. I know our enemy better than anyone. You need me.
You've made the right choice. Take me back to the Brass Fortress. I will admit my crimes. Perhaps I can help you in due course. Once we arrive at the Basilica, I can explain everything to Varuni. Maybe she'll...
Chancellor Gascon!
Oh, no. Luciana, just let me explain.
Shut that lying mouth of yours or I'll shut it for you. Permanently. Thank you for digging this traitorous mongrel out of the Terminus. Varuni wants to speak with you back at the Basilica.
I told you what I know,
Resident
Varuni.
detected
I'm
in
trying to make
proximity.
this right.
Greetings.
Welcome back. I was just having a little chat with former Chancellor Gascon. He insists he's told me everything, but I know him well enough to know he's still hiding something. Honestly, I can barely stand to look at him. Typical Gascon, always trying to oil his way out when his plots fall apart. What did he tell you? Any specific leads we can follow up on? The Congress of Calibration thanks you for your service. And on a personal note, I applaud your mercy. Gascon's an insufferable traitor, but he's still an apostle. Lord Set always said we should take care of each other. Take this, and my thanks. Obviously, we need to recover this mysterious key. I don't know where it is, or what it does, but if Daedric princes intend to mount an invasion over it, we can't afford to let it slip through our fingers. Gascon insisted that Talking Crows stole the key from him, right? We should start with them. According to the constables, the birds started stealing things as soon as they arrived. I've never seen a crow before. Is that sort of thing unusual? Well, the fact that they arrived so soon after you revealed the shadow is suspicious. But they seem more interested in simple mischief than anything else. Ask around the Chancel of Transaction. Perhaps one of our constables can tell you more. The sermons never prepared us for something like this. Perhaps, when this is all over, Lord Set can write an addendum on what to do when Talking Crows and Daedric monsters come calling. It clearly possesses some great power. Keys exist to lock and unlock doors, right? I assume they want to unlock something. We don't often rely upon locks, but I guess it's possible. Maybe an apostle's chest, or some lower sections of the Incarnatorium? I really wouldn't know. What happens in the Cognitum Centralis remains a mystery to pretty much everyone. But don't worry. If Lord Set locked something away, no mere key could open it. I guess it's possible that... No, I'm certain. Not until today, no. They're really quite beautiful. Aside from the mocking and stealing and, defecating. I read that birds come in all sorts of colors. Is that accurate? Hundreds. Fascinating. I'd very much like to see more of these birds. For research purposes, of course. Introducing a foreign species to Lord Set's creation could result in all kinds of unforeseen errors and deviations. What? No. I have too many responsibilities here. And to leave Set's side? It's an absurd suggestion. No offense, of course. Clockwork City is my home. I have no desire to leave, no desire at all. Now, we have work to do, right?